I look up, noting the passing crowd reflected in the window. A group of high school students who just got off school trickle through the door. It's time.
Damn it! How did he manage to slip away again?
Hey.
Who are you? Ugh!
Lacks a weapon and any sort of defensive gear. Aside from pretending to act tough, he's not trained. If he's a professional hitman, he's really pathetic.
It could all be an act, you know. Knocking him down in one fell swoop. Want to do an encore?
A middle-aged man wearing a mask is huddled in the corner, his body shaking as he hears those words. He's the epitome of anxiety.
I'm not a murderer! I'm just a guy trying to get a scoop!
As the man struggles, a piece of paper slips out from his chest pocket. Raphael picks it up, blows off the dirt, and holds it toward the sunlight.
A reporter from Weekly Arts. Joe.
You know them?
A second-rate art magazine. They scrape by on tidbits they pry from socialites and artists.
He notices something. His gaze moves down as he takes a weird-looking button from the man's shirt.
This hidden camera wasn't cheap, right?
A tiny flame bursts from Raphael's finger. It turns the button into ash.
Is there anything newsworthy about me to grace your journalism?
Listen to me. Whatever you do, please don't hurt me. It's because of the collector. Raymond! He's dead.
The air is still for a moment. Shocked, Raphael and I exchange a glance. Maybe it's because we're entering his field of expertise that Joe straightens his posture. He wipes the dirt from his face. A spark of excitement is in his eyes, the thrill of discovering gossip.
He died last night. Drowned in his bathtub. No one knew until the next day. When the butler found him, it was already too late.
Was Raymond attacked by wanderers? No, they should be long gone by now.
The police already searched his home and looked through the surveillance tapes. They found nothing. Not even another person walking into his room, but...
Cut to the chase.
The picture painted by Raphael had vanished from his collection room. I've heard the rumors. Some say that before he died, he made a bunch of cuts into his arms and legs. His skin looked like a bunch of fish scales. It's awful, if I do say so myself. In the moment a rich guy is dead, the police are quick to cover it up. They're scared a secret will be revealed, one that will cost them their jobs. But there's no such thing as a secret that can't be hidden. Mr. Raphael, are you sure you didn't have a hand in his death? Can your painting actually manipulate people?
Even if they did, I wouldn't tell you. Also, you said he died last night. I was in my studio during that time and didn't go anywhere. Anywhere. But I do agree it's a tragedy. Or are you saying you want to ask Raymond himself?
No, not at all. I don't... I told you everything I know. Can you please let me go this time?
Sure. I'll even throw in something extra for you. Tomorrow, I'll be instructing my agent to lodge a complaint about your deplorable stalking behavior to your superiors and cancel our exclusive column interview. I reckon you'll be jobless soon.
Raphael speaks in a relaxed manner. He leans in, a radiant smile plastered on his face.
So, why don't you do me a favor and investigate who's trying to hide all that info you just talked about?
A swarm of white moths dances around the street light under the gray sky, waiting for nightfall. We climb the stone steps to a garden in the sky. Below us is Lincoln's liveliest district. A field of grass stretches out before us. It's flanked by trees from both sides, a vibrant sight to behold. Across the street is a floating, holographic ad. Flying above the cityscape, it promotes Raphael's art exhibition for next month. A slate blue sea engulfs the city like a mist, cascading onto the towering skyscrapers. From buildings to traffic, all is submerged in the tide. While it's obviously a trick of the light, curious people can't help but stop and reach out to touch the swimming fish that pass them.
You know what sells the most? Paintings of a calm sea. They can get pretty expensive. The more violent and chaotic the ocean, the less people are interested in it.
Humans can't sense disasters like animals do, so we subconsciously distance ourselves from things like bad weather. From your last art exhibition, you told me the painting was from one of your dreams. I stare at the virtual sea of fish swimming, merging into the night sky. It's unsettling yet alluring as the line between dreams and reality is blurred. Is this another one of your dreams?
Yup, you got that right. I daydream in my studio all the time. It's kinda hard to remember what the real world's like. Thanks for bringing me out of my dreams today.
You're welcome. A long time passes before he turns around. Many pedestrians are still looking at the sky, mesmerized by the holographic sea. Do you have any plans?
I'm going home. The art exhibition needs to be held. Once a painting is sold, another should take its place.
Be careful out there. If you find any secrets or hear anything about the N109 zone, let me know. Brushing off the grass clinging to my clothes, I stand up and say goodbye.
But I still don't have the paint needed to finish the piece I'm working on.
Raphael sits up, his eyes sparkling as he looks at me. I have a bad feeling about this.
Don't you remember our deal?
What?
I saw how you fought, quick and precise. That final strike was unlike anything I've seen before. If you could be my bodyguard. Protect me on our journey together. If we find an alternative, I'll happily give you what's in my hand right now. That look. You forgot, huh? Don't worry. I wrote down everything. We'll be fine. Probably.
I've got stuff to deal with in the next couple of days, but I promise to get to it. I say a half-hearted promise, and I'm ready to run when I hear a soft sigh from him.
I have an idea on how we can sneak into the N109 zone.
You do? He has my attention. I move closer to listen. Raphael quickly averts his eyes, clearly caught off guard.
You said it yourself. When you see the big picture, you need to use some bait. Why not come up with a master plan? Become the best bait for Anakinus.
So I should use myself to lure them out? He nods and continues to speculate.
To be their target, you must have something they want, like info or something. You can decide whether to take the risk or not. Maybe a small opening is all it will take to get them to expose themselves.
Every word that Raphael says isn't wrong. I bite my lip. Even so, we need to find the perfect fishing spot to make sure our big fish bites the hook.
I can lead you there. Trade intel for intel. Gamble to make gambles with higher stakes. But whether or not you can play the game is up to you.
He once again stares at the sea of car lights under the overpass. Like the receding tide, the holograms fade and reveal the street. I need to think about it.
It's just a suggestion. The choice is yours. If you want to do it, meet me tomorrow by the docks at White Sand Bay.
After a night's worth of hesitation, I arrive at White Sand Bay the next morning. By the docks is a familiar figure, the manager I met at Flux Arts the other day.
Good to see you again, Miss Hunter.
Hello, Mr. Thomas.
No reason to be so formal. Call me Thomas. Raphael does it.
I knew you'd show up.
Raphael walks over, arms folded, and plants himself between me and Thomas. Don't forget your promise.
I'm not the kind of person to just forget.
You two get along well. I'm glad Raphael has a reliable friend such as yourself.
Stop treating her like she's my babysitter.
I'll protect him, at least, for today. But what are we supposed to do now? Both turn in the direction that I'm pointing in. A single wooden boat floats gently to the rhythm of tranquil waves. A few seagulls are perched on the bow, preening their feathers. Are we smuggling ourselves in?
Hold on. Didn't you ask me for a boat so you could go on a date?